Alright guys, so in this video I am going to show you how to clean a dirty Crested Gecko tank. As you can see, it has definitely gotten dirty. Usually has to be cleaned out about every month or whenever you see that it is definitely in need of it. So the first thing you have to do is grab a container for your Crested Gecko to go in temporarily. I have this critter keeper here, which I filled with paper towels that I kind of scrunched up. That way they can kind of hide in it and just be relaxed while we clean the tank. So first things first, I'll have to get the Crested Gecko. Alright, well, that part took me a little bit longer than I wanted it to, but the gecko is now safe inside of its critter keeper and is now wide awake, wondering what's going on. I got the tank down here. So the first thing that we got to do is take out all the accessories. That's all the plants, the vine, things like that. Okay, now all the accessories and whatnot are taken out of the tank. The only thing left is the Eco Earth, which I do use for my Crested Geckos. Now what we are going to do is use a trash bag, fit it over the top of the tank, and then once I do that, we're going to flip the tank around and kind of shake all of the substrate out. You're not going to be able to get all of it out, but best we can do. Alright, now I just take the trash bag off here, if I can get it. Now the next thing we have to tackle is the hard water spots, which you should be able to see here. Scruffy and scratchy that is. That's all from spraying the tank with water on a regular basis. This can be avoided by actually using distilled water, but I like to use purified water just because distilled water doesn't have the nutrients that they need, and they do tend to drink from the droplets of water when you spray them. So there's two ways to go about cleaning these that I use. One is a razor blade and one is a putty knife. And what you do is you spray down the whole tank with water and then use a putty knife to scratch off the hard water spots. Alright, so I got my putty knife, which I did clean, believe it or not, and disinfect. And we are going to work on cleaning the hard water spots off the tank. So spray it with water just to make it a bit easier to do. Let me see if I can do this. Just kind of make the sharp edge and go along the tank and just scrape off all of the hard water spots on the inside of the tank. And once we do that, we will wipe all the glass on the inside with a paper towel. Okay, so just got the scraping done, and as you can see, it looks a lot better. I also went ahead and just used paper towels to clean up most of the remaining coconut husk substrate. So now we're going to focus our attention on the plants and accessories that are inside of the tank. And all you have to really do with those is take them to a sink and run them under very hot water while scrubbing them. So I will go ahead and do that now. Alright, all the accessories have now been washed with hot water and scrubbed, so there is no more dirt and poop and all that stuff on there. Now the next step is to actually clean and disinfect the inside of the tank. You can do this by going to a pet store and getting some kind of disinfecting solution. When you do, make sure that the solution is the right one for your type of tank. That meaning this one is made of glass, so you want to make sure that if you have a glass tank, that it's for a glass reptile terrarium cleaner. If it's acrylic, you want an acrylic one. If it's a plastic tank, then you want to make sure that it works with plastic. And it's really quite simple. All you do is spray down the tank, and in the instance of my solution, you let it sit for 5 minutes and then wipe it off. So I will just go ahead and do that now. And one important thing with these is to definitely make sure that the tank is completely dried off and completely ventilated before you put your gecko back into the tank. Very important, because even though this is safe for reptiles, the fumes definitely aren't the best. And most of these things actually just kind of smell like a veterinarian office. Okay, it's all clean. I'll maybe get like the sides, this front part right here. Alright, so the 10 minutes has passed. I decided to give it 10 minutes to let it soak in, and then I just dried it down with a paper towel, and there you have it. Nice clean tank. Like I said, you do this about once a month, and then after this, all you gotta do is let it air out. I would give it about another 10 minutes to let it completely air out. Dry off your accessories, put your substrate back in, your accessories back in, food back in, and then last but not least, your gecko. And that's about it. Didn't take too long. Hopes that helps, guys. Thanks for watching.